Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Crust. Do hope you're having a great day. Picking up right where we left off. Barely any time has passed. And these guys are building storages, and they're applying the rest of the resources to complete this building. We are now on a deadline. If you didn't see the end of the last video, or if you're one of those people who only skim, we're rolling the dice, okay? We're rolling the dice. We had the option to delay this timer by sending some resources to the Hope 2 station, but the way I see it is long-term, all my resources are going to be functional and useful here. And if I'm just sending things over to Hope 2, which is eventually going to crash anyway, I just don't like that.
Around the research post, there is a level platform and several small buildings. Wheel tracks are leading away from it in different directions. Inside the structure is disarray. Items are scattered, lockers are open and emptied, emergency crates are opened and emptied. In some rooms, there is a large amount of research equipment and materials. There are no people to be seen. They clearly left the outpost in a hurry.
So, do we want the data or salvage machinery? I don't know what the machinery will be. It could be useful stuff. The data helps push my technology along faster, and we may not have all this data for very long. But the thing is, we're gonna eventually get people here, and then they can provide data for me. I suspect in this campaign, eventually I'm gonna run out of natural sources of research. I'm gonna require people here. And so right now, I have the ability to get research for free in that it doesn't cost me actual people for limited time periods. The machinery, these resources, I think, we can always source those with credits if we need them, but the data itself, I think, is going to be more valuable to me long term, so I'm going to do that.
Based on what I saw, the outpost was engaged in studying photosynthetic microorganisms capable of living in a vacuum and zero gravity. Director, send drones to study the materials. This will aid in further research.
Okay, so yeah, we'll have to do that once the expedition center is done, which, by the way, last video, also, we completed the expedition center control center. Now, this is a very expensive building to build. It takes 14 components to do this. And if I place this on the map, like I said, if it's the same as what it was in the demo, if the reality of the game anyway is the same as it was in the demo, if I place this building here, my base just does not get done because they had something else to build first. And you actually saw that at the beginning of this video. You actually saw that where they were kind of stalled on this. If you go back and look at the video footage from the early, while this was pending construction before they built this construction stalled. As soon as this completed, you'll see drones rush over here and start working on this again, right? So if you're building this, the habitation stuff, you want to kind of have this be your only project because they're going to stall this project while they're building other things. At least that's what it seems to me anyway. It still does that. I'm going to search that way really quick just to see what's over here. Okay, there's a lot of this, like, extra hard rock stuff, Let's go that way with it now. Okay, some more hard rock stuff. All right. Nothing super valuable, right? Nothing, like, on the deposits and stuff for me to worry about. I don't need any more. I don't believe I'm going to need any more water than what this is going to provide, at least for the initial crew. But we do now have a need for beds. I was going to place those beds in the back corner here, but now I was also considering just having them have an actual, spot in the back. So I probably will end up tearing these down and rebuilding them later. But for now, I'm going to leave a little bit of a space. And then, yeah, we need, I think it was 4, right? 4 beds for the people in Hope 2. That's what it was in the demo anyway. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 beds for the people that are going to be joining us. And then science, no. Logistics, no. Recreation. We have a dining table, which we could use. I guess we're going to set up the kitchen and stuff maybe over on this side. So let's put a dining table maybe like right here. Maybe like right here. I want to leave obviously open for scientific equipment and stuff, but that's probably going to be an expansion back here, I'm thinking. So let's also go ahead and drill this out. We'll leave this little wall of rock right here. I like that idea of just like leaving this. Let's maybe get rid of that. I don't want it to be super thin. Yeah. I like the idea of leaving this just to kind of create a definite separation between our production and where these guys are. It's just a choice. You don't have to do this. But again, like last time, and it looks like I didn't really do it very well this time, but last time I left sort of sections of rock and it kind of served as your natural support pillars, right? I mean, you obviously don't need to do that in the game, but if you're like role playing how things are constructed, that seems like a good idea, is to, you know, leave like little pillars and stuff around here just to give you the appearance as though some of this underground area is supporting the ground above you. But we don't really have that going on. Now, once we get elevators, that'll kind of change too, because the elevators will be going up, and you could argue maybe that the process of building that elevator also involves, you know, sort of supporting the terrain above it. I don't know if that really works that way or not. It probably doesn't, but you know, whatever. However you want to see it, you can do it. All right, so that done. We need to build also a kitchen, which is not in recreation, is it? There's couches, there's coffee tables. These all take more advanced resources. More advanced resources that I don't have. And in fact, this also takes advanced resources that I don't have. I forget what that is. Carbon fiber. We're not making carbon fiber. We could buy it, though. We don't have any carbon fiber, correct? Doesn't appear so. No, we don't have any carbon fiber. If I wanted to purchase a little bit of carbon fiber on the market, what would it cost me? Yikes, $802 per ton. Yikes, the price is quite high, isn't it? Let's buy 5. Gosh, that seems like a pretty big waste, isn't it, for a shipment? Is there anything that's really cheap? Titanium's pretty cheap. All right, I'm going to bring in 8 carbon fiber against my better judgment. We're going to bring in 8 carbon fiber and then 40 additional smart concrete. Let's do 50. 50 additional smart concrete should at least get us to the point where we can finish this building now. So we'll go ahead and buy that, and we'll drop it down right here. And now we'll be able to complete the pending constructions that we currently have, because we'll have, well, I don't even know if we'll have the aluminum, but the beds aren't as important at the moment. But the dining table is also not as important as the beds, but we can at least make this. That's the point. We can at least make our own aluminum. I kind of wish I could. Can I do this? Oh, it's written in Russian. Huh? Why are you... Okay, that's weird. Why did my language change there? That's strange. We can lock this down. Ooh, that's cool. So if I do that, then it only travels out of one side. Yeah. But I've got 37 of it. You know, like, they should be able to use that. They should be able to deliver that stuff. I shouldn't need to lock that down. Let's open that back up. We shouldn't need to do that. We have 37 of it sitting there in storage. They should be able to complete these. They're just not. They're delivering things for the trade instead, I think. Yeah, there's stuff in there. What are these guys doing right now? Like, what is everybody doing? Are you bringing regolith in? Is this your thing? Excuse me? Okay, don't bring regolith in. Don't do this. Look, we have some smart concrete. I think we're gonna be fine. Okay. Instead of doing that, maybe you could go up. No, you're still bringing things from the. Oh, okay, you're gonna bring things from the terrain. Okay. Okay. All right. So we need more stuff to work on here. Organic growth is not as important. Medical block is being worked on. So I got underground conveyor being worked on. I've got the extended trading license, of course, still there with green. Let's get something else. How about CPU data center can get on there, and we'll go ahead and grab. It doesn't really matter which lab we do. Obviously, each one gives us science in a certain category, but carbon fiber. Oh, carbon fiber factory. Make our own carbon fiber. Yeah. All right. We'll get the carbon fiber factory on the schedule now, too. Now, there's no reason to be wasting science points. I wish the streamer mode would only play songs that don't have lyrics, don't have singing. I feel like that would be something that is a good change to make to the game, you know? Would be that. Also, it looks like we're not making enough of this stuff, so let's go ahead and get more of this put into single regolith refinery right here. Nope, we need smelters. My bad. Smelter. Yep. Smelting furnace goes here instead. And we'll do this, yeah, like right next to this pole, I guess. Here. Should be fine. Of course, we're going to switch this to silicon, and then we put the conveyor belt this direction and pop it in there. And then we also bring it to there. And now we'll be able to have more silicon delivered too. We can start selling silicon as well. Here. Truck's coming in. I forgot what you have. Okay, good. Lots of components. Very nice. And then there also that control unit, which I still don't know exactly what that's for, but all right. It's fine. Can we raise priority on this by chance? Yeah, can we get you guys to come out here and grab this so it gets off the map? I mean, realistically, you have the smart concrete. It's upstairs, so just bring it here and finish the room so we can start collecting water, start collecting oxygen, right? We're getting very close here. 74 days left in our deadline. I still think we can do it in time. Maybe we're playing with fire a little bit, but I still think we can do it in time. Let's go ahead and connect you to power there. There we go. And we can begin to make silicon just a little bit faster than we were before. That's great. You're not full. That's fine, because it all goes this way first, right? Should be a 50-50 split.
Living quarters require electricity and oxygen in order for the life support systems to start working.
Yeah.
Let's start with electricity.
Yeah. So this thing sucks a lot of juice. And it may or may not be sucking more juice than I can afford. So now that we have plenty of silicon,
Install an electronic.
I know all these things.
Director, to obtain oxygen.
I know all these things. We'll be fine. So we've got the ice extractor right through here. It's gonna pop. It's gonna work this. It's then, as you can see, now storing water because this building is done, and this is what this thing is explaining to me right now. This thing will also now produce oxygen, and it should pop it into storage here once. Okay, you guys are gonna explain every single tiny detail to me because I've already got it all done. But power is not done. Okay, that's the big thing right now. Power is definitely not done, and I need to get that done. Also, man, can I don't know. Can we do something about this little thing right here? That's our pillar, right? That's our pillar holding up the place. I'd rather not do that with higher value stuff. We do need a kitchen, and we need a farm, and we need to place beds. I've done the beds. The beds are done, but we do need all that other stuff too. So let's go in. We'll put in a couple of hydroponic farms. Let's say, let's put the kitchen in first. I want to see where that is. Okay, kitchen is pretty big, actually. We'll place this in the corner, the back corner right here. And then the hydroponic farms can go, how many do I need? Just a farm? I don't need multiple farms. We'll go 1, 2, 2 for now. I mean, there's only... what, 4 people on this place we're rescuing, so 4 should be fine for now. And of course I bought the carbon fiber just so I could have that table done. Okay, so yeah, we're just, oh, this is aluminum, not titanium. I'm an idiot. Yes, that's why. Yeah, so aluminum. Let's work that because we haven't actually started working aluminum yet. We're gonna want drillers to do that. And then I think what we'll do just to get this operational right now, let's go ahead and put storage. How do I want to play this? Again, I'm tearing everything down. As soon as I'm like good to go and we've got all these resources, we're going to tear everything down. Maybe it's better to tear it down now. Is it better to tear everything down right before when we have all this to do? No. We want people here, secure, safe, happy, healthy, and then to do it. Because otherwise the drones are going to be busy rebuilding everything. They're not going to finish this stuff, and I needed to finish this stuff. So temporarily, we're going to place this storage right here. This is going to store our aluminum. Well, we could actually just bring it closer then, can't we? We could. All I really need is a smelter. We get the smelting furnace here. Right? That kicks out the aluminum to here. We could just slap it right in next to it, I guess, for now. If it's temporary, then why not, right? So we'll do that there. That's the smelter. And then we can also go... I'm going to make this a little bit a little bit less temporary. Slightly less temporary is, I think, better here. Just so it can function. We'll put the aluminum right over here. We'll say this is where the aluminum sits. Okay. Aluminum goes there. And then we'll have the smelter for this push the aluminum into there for now. Okay. Again, slightly less temporary. And then we'll have our single regolith can be over here. And it can push the aluminum into that. And then we'll just get the regolith extractor on here. Whatever, just do it. I thought I saw a 9, but I have to cut into the wall. So we'll go like this with it instead. Can it not be right here? Damn. I'd have to cut into the wall just a little bit more, but I don't want to. I should do it, but I don't want to. We're going to go right here. Put that there, and then the conveyor belt will go around, let's say like this, and then over like that. Okay, so we'll have that be a high priority to build, and then we'll get power drawn to that as well. Bring it all the way over like that, and then from there to there. Everything's hooked up together. And then you can go... Oh, you only have one connection.
Research complete.
That's interesting. Okay, well, we'll hook you up to there then. There we go. All right, then. So this thing will now start. It'll be powered once we have the poles in, and then it'll start just doing what it needs to do. We'll have aluminum oxide, bring that into aluminum, and then the aluminum will then go into here, and now we have a source of aluminum. And that will allow us to build the beds. All right, good. What's our research looking like now? Carbon fiber factory is good. CPU data center already has its blue science delivered. You see these numbers are starting to drop. All of these, all the science income right here is temporary, right? And so with all of this being temporary, eventually it's gonna stop, of course. And it's only gonna stop, like most of this stops in 80 days, less than 80 days. So that's why I chose that other option, because I think giving me another source of scientific research that doesn't depend on people being here and actually studying in a lab, I think it's going to be much better for me overall. We can get the rare earth metal processing in here ahead of the market. Okay, kitchen is in. Hydroponics is in. They have water as well. Everything looks pretty good. The only thing missing is the beds, and that needs 4 aluminum each, or 4 aluminum a piece. We also need these things connected to power as well, so right there. And then I also need you to have a belt goes in there. There we go. So as soon as that is built, and this is built, as soon as this is built, let's get this going. Get that going, please. Obviously, we have to be able to power all of these things as well. So we're not out of this yet because at night, right, we can't. Our current capacity for power draw is sitting at 230. I could, since we have a decent amount of concrete at the moment, I could start shutting down these. This would free up power capacity. So we can shut those down temporarily, free up the capacity a little bit. Now that extractor can run. Very nice. And we'll start getting our own storage here. Make sure they can pull things out of it. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's let this run just for a little bit longer here. Preferably to the daytime would be nice. I'd like to get this to the daytime. Where's my rover? So the research outpost is over here. If we bring 2 robots, we can pick up just 70 organics. Ooh, that's not giving me what I thought it was going to give me. I thought it was going to give me science. This is giving me organics. And it requires the research. It requires the expedition center. Well, son of a gun. That's not how I... It's not how I sort of... Oh, there's a call for help over here. Radio traffic outside of research center. Whoa. Hey, new things. New things. I like new things. Let's go to the call for help. See what that's all about, huh? But yeah, I need a research. I need expedition center for this one. Yep. And this one also requires it. Yep. And none of these other ones have anything to do. So, yep. I have a little bit of steel left, a lot of silicon left. Let's make more power, shall we? Getting large batteries would be great, but currently I don't have the research to do that. So we're just going to need more batteries. many more batteries. Also can't salvage that because I don't have the research to do that. So why don't we go ahead and take that away? We'll go in and put there and there. Yeah, we'll just make like a new section of batteries over here on this side, and we'll put another one over there. We're gonna spend a lot. We're gonna spend a lot on this stuff, but I think it's gonna be worth it in the end. Okay. Let's connect all these together. And again, I'm not sure if there actually is a power draw limit, if there's a limit to how much these batteries can, distribute over the lines. The line limit, sorry. I don't know if there's a line maximum. Gosh, I pushed the wrong button again. Salvage that, please. I like how I paid for it despite having, I guess because the line is done immediately, right? They don't actually have to make the line. So I lost money on that because the lines are built instantly. But this is going to give me a lot higher power capacity, which is going to be great. And then I can also add one more connection on this side if I want to, which is, of course, paying for it. But I can, do this, and that gives me another, another avenue for the electricity to travel through the lines. I can speak. Not very good at it today, but I can do it. I'll get there. So after they got the batteries done, because I think I have enough power output during the day to fill them, but that's another question I guess there is to ask, because I may not. Now that this is operational, I need to see how much power this thing is drawing. It may not work quite that way. There is now 6 aluminum. Let's go ahead and do this to see what they're going to tell me to do afterwards. Let's have this be the priority right here. If we can get them to build the beds first, because there is aluminum available now. 8 of it is available. That's enough to build, given what we've already delivered, that's enough to build almost 3 beds. So they should be able to take these. Yep. There's that. This one almost has enough to be built. We need 1 more aluminum on that bed. And then we'll have that done. 63 days left.
Director,
Bed is built.
Colonists will come to the base to work, not to relax. Build a fundamental science lab so they can help generate fundamental science points.
Uh-huh.
And don't forget about the medical block. The
Uh-huh.
healthier our employees are, the better they will be able to perform their duties.
Okay, so let's pull the data center out of there. We're not going to need it yet. We'll put the fundamental science on the schedule. We'll stick that up here. And we're going to actually put that above this so we can get that before the carbon fiber factory. Medical block is already at the top of the list here, so we've been working on that for a while. I'm not sure there's enough room for both of those things in this little room, but we can, of course, clear this out. So let's have this area right here kind of be cut out here so we can expand upon this. I wanted the bedroom to be over here and the work area to be here, but we'll do what we can. And of course, we need organics to be in here. We're putting slag in here to create organics? That's interesting. Huh. Use slag for that. Okay. I guess that's how that works. It is daytime now. We have a good stuff happening there. Let's go ahead and turn this back on. And I will now tell them that it is acceptable to bring slag. It is acceptable to bring the regolith, into the storage. And of course, they're going to spring to life because these drones, if there's one thing they love to do, it's bringing regolith to this bin. It's their favorite thing to do. So once you tell them they can do it, that's just all they think about, It's great. Okay, I have to build fundamental science lab and medical block. However, I'm wondering if I can still bring them in despite not having the fundamental science lab. Like, they should be able to get rescued, right? That's my opinion. We should be able to rescue them even without those things, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and put 5 more solar panels right here. I think I will need more through this. I have obviously the batteries done, but I need to do more here, I think. So let's connect these up to the system as well. We'll go like this, and then we'll just connect them directly here. So kind of a separate line of solar connections right there. And we should have the resources necessary to build all of those things. By the looks of it, we can deliver everything we need to these things. So that's good. And we should actually prioritize that above all else. just because. Let's just use this tool. We should do that above all else because the sun is up now. I'm going to take advantage of it right now if we can. Our total max output capacity on batteries is 360 now. That should be sufficient to last us at this point. And I'm not going to bother scanning anything, so let's shut the scanner down entirely. I'm not really going to bother with that right now. And now we're wasting science points again. So blue stuff, blue science. Okay, fundamental science lab is just waiting on green. Medical block will be done in 1 day. For blue, we can put in, let's take the extended trading license away from the list. And we can put in the... I mean, I could put the data center back, but I think it already has it. Ventilation would be a good idea because we're about to have another room. So we can just pop ventilation in, but that's only going to give us like a very short amount of blue. Blue science. How about the repeater? Yeah? Pop the repeater in there. That can do it. Sending signals around, you know. Once we have the expedition center built, we're going to want to know where all these signals are so we can send out additional expeditions. So that's going to work out really well. This was definitely better. Honestly, just setting it up really quickly was better than having the drones do something temporarily. So whatever, man. 99% medical lab. Let's do it. So we want science. And then as soon as it's done, research is complete. Medical lab apparently is not in science. It is in life support. Medical block right here. We require... I have all of those things. Yeah, we're good. I have all those things. So medical block can be, I guess, right next to the beds. I would like a door to go in here too. So I think maybe we'll put the door to the next room back here. Probably stick the door right there. So if I could, we could just do that now. I don't think I could do that now. Let's build another room building right here. We'll stick the room. That is... I would want it to be about like that. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do the bare minimum to get them in. I think that's the way to go right now. Just do is exactly what we need to get them in. Technically, this is spaced out appropriately. It will let me do it, but I don't really like it. I'm kind of hoping that the other building, though, works really well in a corner, and it's very large. So I kind of need this to be in a spot. We're going to put this right here. I don't really like it to be that close. I wish there was a move function. It's that way I wouldn't have to tear it all down. Let me just see whether or not I get all this stuff back. 6, 1, 12, and 1. If I want to build it again, it's 6, 1, 12, and 1. Okay, so I can tear it down and rebuild it and get 100% of my resources back. I thought you didn't get 100 resources back. I probably got a lot of comments on that on like a previous video when I said you don't get everything back, but I actually didn't think you did. I know the money isn't. Like when you tear down a power pole, I don't get 100% of it back. But maybe that only applies to credits, not so much everything else. It's probably the way it is. Man, I only have 3,800 left. 3,800 credits is all I have. I have a lot of silicon. Perhaps we could sell some silicon. Perhaps. I don't have contracts available yet because I didn't take the FASM thing, so... If I had done FASM, I would have contracts, which is why this difficulty is harder, because you don't get access to contracts right away. Let's go and sell. I'm going to go to sell here. Sell silicon. Price is really low right now. It's not a good time to sell silicon. I do have 71 titanium. That's not bad. I could get rid of some of my plates as well. I got 70 rare earth elements, but they're not really highly priced at the moment. It's not a good strategic time to sell them. To where plates, titanium plates is a decently strategic time to sell these things. Let's sell 30 of them for 15K. We'll take the regular titanium as well, and we'll sell that with it because it's got there's a decent timing on that too. So we'll sell 40. And it's not worth much, but we do have, well, at least we did have a lot of steel. I don't know. I guess we don't really have a lot of steel anymore. It's a decent price right now. So we can add this to the the bin as well. It's not really worth much, but it also doesn't really take much to keep making it. So we'll sell 40. That's pretty much all of our steel as well. And this, again, it's only a third full, but we're going to get 22 grand as opposed to the 3,800 we have now. That's a significant increase. And since we're not really using rare earth elements, maybe it is worth just selling it. This is really the difference here. It goes from 578 down to 385. We're at 408 right now. I mean, it's like 30% discounted right now. It's not really the greatest time to sell that. We don't have any composites, although I wish I did, because dang, 10,000 per ton. I actually have a control unit, but I have a feeling that's very valuable for me in progressing, because it was durable plate. No. What is that called? Not durable. Duralumin plate. Okay, there's a lot of resources that I have never seen before. Cool. Energy cells, fuel. Yeah, we could actually... Well, actually, we can't make fuel yet. Okay, well, we're just going to fill this thing up here. We're going to get 22 grand. I think that's probably worth it. So they'll come down. The drones will bring that stuff down. It's our mechanism for staying alive. We need to have that money. Otherwise, I can't build anything. And you can see I'm already at a deficit here. Things are just costing me money. So I can't afford to do that. I've got to deliver resources. We've got to keep ourselves operational here. So yeah, we can't afford to be like that. I wish I could see a breakdown of my finances. Can I see that? Is there a way to see a breakdown of finances? Like what's costing me every day? Right? I don't have any people here, so you know, what is it? Just salaries for my executives or what? I don't see.
Director, our main account balance has reached a critical low, which poses a significant risk to our company's operations.
I'm aware.
It's important to remember that constructing conveyors and laying electrical wires entails financial expenses.
I know.
Moreover, all capsule shipping operations, including sending contracts or buying and selling resources, incur transportation costs that are our responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Without funds in our account, logistics will come to a halt. I will initiate a transfer of 30,000 credits from our reserve account, but please be cautious, as this exhausts our reserve funds.
I see.
Proceed with care and closely monitor our credit balance.
It's the catch me up mechanic. Okay, it's the save you. You messed up. We understand. Here's that one chance for you to fix it. All right. I mean, I was about to do it myself. I wish it would ask me whether I need this or not. Like, do you want me to transfer 30,000 credits? Because I would just tell you no, since I'm about to get like 22 grand anyway, 24 grand anyway. But okay, fine. So there we go. We got 28,806 now. And then in addition to that, we will also get the sale for this. So we'll have a pretty good reserve now at this point. That's great. We do need a storage for carbon fiber as well. I probably should put at least a little storage somewhere to store that carbon fiber. Maybe we'll just store it up here. I mean, we can do that, right? We can just put storages up here. It's no big deal. So why don't we put a little carbon storage or carbon fiber storage right here, and that way we can get this. I mean, we might as well just keep this. Yeah, why do that? This is the carbon fiber storage. And when we're out of carbon fiber, then this will go away anyway. So no big deal. All right, cool. That science lab, fundamental science lab, is going to be done in 7 days. We're really cutting it close here, aren't we? The medical lab is at least done, but it doesn't have any organics. We need to go and get those organics. Although this looks like it's going to produce 40 of them. Yeah, it'll produce 40 all by itself. Maybe we add one more of these. This sounds pretty good. If it's gonna do it by itself, then I think we add one more of these. Yeah, that's a good idea. And that way the slag will get delivered there, right? And then we'll have even more. And we can also stagger that production that way too, which is kind of nice. Also, another important thing.
The WES-45H station is located in a deep crater, the walls and bottom of which are covered with a thick layer of ice. Due to the slight tilt of the moon's axis, some areas always remain shaded, allowing ice to accumulate despite temperature fluctuations. In the middle of the crater is a small administrative and residential module, where a work shift resides. The station dispatcher contacts the rover as soon as it is detected.
Take the call. There are people there. Director, do you copy? WES 45H station dispatcher speaking. Our mining and filtration equipment has broken down and we lack the spare parts and free hands to complete the repairs. Help us fix the equipment to resume water supplies to the nearest outposts. People's lives and health depend on it. What can we do?
Director, I've analyzed the equipment's technical condition on the station. Most ice extractors require major repairs and all filters need to be replaced. We have several ways to solve the problem. We can send spare parts and repair drones, but fixing the center will take considerable time. We can also look for a construction expert. They'll help speed up the process. And, of course, we can always leave the technicians to solve the problem without our involvement.
Well, I mean, look, I don't have the specialist. I may have one in the future, okay? Maybe within, say 50 days. But I don't have one now. If I send resources and drones for repairs, I'm pretty sure that requires that expedition center, which I could probably start constructing now, since I have pretty much everything else required built. So I'm going to say I want to send resources and drones for repairs. We'll see what this does for me and whether or not I have a time limit for it.
Several residential outposts depend on the work of this station. You made a noble decision, Director.
Yeah. So deliver resources and drones to the water. It looks to me like there's no time limit on it. At least for now, it looks like there's no time limit on it. So that's very new. That wasn't in the demo at all. So we're starting to get into new stuff. Exciting. Statistics, work in progress. Man, I would love to see statistics. I want those numbers. I want those graphs. Okay, so it is nighttime now. Our max capacity, we're drawing is at 360. We're at 240. Seems pretty good. Those extra batteries really came in handy. And we did have a sufficient amount of solar energy to at least get us half full, or more than half full. And that is going to last us the entire night, looks like, over just under 20 days. Yep. So it says not enough power to power the module, but I don't know. Which module are you referring to? Okay, how is that happening? I wonder. Just little tiny intermittent pips here. It says we have an 81 deficit here. Power grid is consuming 207. We have a 101 shortage. 207. But my max draw is 360. And a lot of these are, we have a balanced charge on a lot of these things, I guess. These ones are new, so they didn't get the same level of charge, but they're still pretty balanced. And there's a discharge rate of 6, so they can still discharge more. And with 6 being the discharge rate and there being 38.5, I think that will probably deplete beforehand. That looks like it might deplete before the end of the night. I don't know. It'll be close. And every once in a while, I think what it is the power shortage happens when drones go to charge themselves. I think is kind of what's happening here. I'm going to shut this down. We don't need that on. We actually don't have any driller drones at all. So let's get 3 driller drones so we can start working on drilling some of these things. And I would like you, drones. I can't right click. Why not? It won't let me right click. Interesting. Okay. I would like, yeah, this is the high priority part right here. Looks like they're going to go after this part first. We can just delete that little bit there. They don't need to do that anymore. Yeah, my right clicker's gone. Weird. That's interesting. My tool to like quickly do things. It's gone. Maybe I'll restart the game. I'll be right back. All right, so it looks like everybody's been digging into these rare earth elements and stuff, these bigger things here. And they're just leaving them laying around because we don't really have a storage for those types of things. I'm going to go over to the storage mode here, and it doesn't say specifically what they hold, but there's a storage facility for small quantities of core resources. 64 units of each type. And if there is any resources that we just don't know what to do with for any reason, I'm going to have them sit right here for now. And so we'll go ahead and build this little bit of storage here, and maybe they'll take these and bring them into this little storage bin here. Just an extra place where they could go. It's likely that these are just bulk storage things. So, and it looks like they are going to place these in here. Yeah. So they don't actually hold these, but we'll get up to 64 of every resource. Really close to this, it actually is. The reason why this is happening right here, it's really close to here. So they'll store a whole bunch of stuff here so they can pick it up really quickly and take it to the surface. But we're going to need probably like a bulk storage for that. Research is now complete on the fundamentals science labs, which is great for me. And we're going to go ahead and put, looks like rare earth metal processing is already on the schedule. Okay. Let's go in and get, probably should start working on the smart concrete factory, and we'll get the Mark II belts on the schedule now too. And to make the rare earth stuff, actually, let's talk about the smart concrete factory first. So this pulls in silicon, okay, the silicon oxide, and slag, and generates this resource. So what we're going to want to do here for the smart concrete is, I think we're going to want to destroy this. Yep, and destroy this. So we're going to basically tear down all these things, and we're going to have the salvaging go through here on these belts. We're going to tear all this stuff down now, because we have pretty much everything built. And then using the resources from this, if there's any resources needed, they'll use it from there first. We're going to then go over into here. We're going to get the fundamentals science lab. There's 10 components needed for this, but I should have it. And then this lab can go over here. I was really hoping it would go like right there, but it looks like we're one tile not enough here. Okay, we can put this in the middle. I don't like it, but we can put this in the middle. And I guess we'll have to move. We're going to move it later, right? I just need this in here so these guys can show up. But I think we're going to end up, moving this later. Maybe we'll put it facing... It doesn't matter, right? Maybe I can move some of this stuff over. It would fit here in this corner. You know what? I think I'm going to try this. Might be a bit of a waste because we're running out of time. 42 days. I really think, though, we can bring them in as soon as we have the fundamental science lab in. I don't think there's anything else after this, so I think we have plenty of time. I'm going to put the large water tank over here in the corner. Let's put it... And it actually fits right here, too. That's the thing. Yeah, you know what? Let's put the large water tank here. Take that away, then what, these are going to go there? That doesn't make any sense. Nah, that doesn't work. Gosh, I was really hoping that would fit there. I wonder if I could move this over a tad. Like, is there anything that takes just one tile so I could see whether that's going to work or not? You can't place this indoors, can you? I don't think so, but that does fit there. So I could technically slide that over one too. Damn. Well, we're going to be changing this stuff into another room back here anyway. So I guess we'll just move it later on, whatever. We're going to place this right here, I guess, is fine. That's really all that's needed. And so we're going to tear all this stuff down here for concrete. This leaves us with just this storage right here for smart concrete. Then I want to redraw. Actually, you're connected there. If I connect you like this instead, and then you can, let's see, we'll take this away. We'll have you now powered by this one. Yep. And then with that being done, we can then remove you. We no longer need that either. And we probably could get rid of this too and move the scanner as well. I think I will do that as well. Let's move this out of here, destroy this, and also pick up the scanner. So are you telling me you don't have power right now? That doesn't make sense. Oh, unless I didn't connect it. Oh, I didn't connect it. I need to do this. There it goes. Okay. So everything gets broken down, all right? Now, this is intentionally powered off because I don't need it. We're not generating enough silicon to matter. But we are going to get upgrades for these regolith refineries and stuff. And once we do that, mostly by upgrading this first, I'll end up upgrading this. Once we do that, though, then we'll have this extra silicon that can go through. But since we're going to be pulling some silicon oxide out for smart concrete anyway, I don't need this yet. So we'll turn that on when it's needed. In the meantime, though, we can now get that slag to work for us. So did I block this? I did. I blocked it. What a silly Billy. Well, I need to move that out of here too. Let's move. Well, we're just going to reposition it anyway. So all the slag is coming from this side into this side, and we can push it forward here, or I can actually bring it back. And I kind of like the idea of bringing it back to have the storage right here for it. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that instead. So we'll plan on, let's just, hypothetical right now. We'll plan on this being here in between these two poles. Ugh. Yeah, in between these two poles, like right here. If we do that, then we can take the smart concrete factory, which is going to pull in slag and silicon. So silicon comes from that side. Slag would come from the other side. And it really does make more sense to do it like this, though. Yeah, it makes more sense to do it in this direction, unfortunately. So we would pull it in about like this instead. Yeah, it'd be about here for the smart concrete. So let's do that. I'm trying to think of like how everything is spaced out. So we pull this off of this side and stick it in here. Okay. And then what would happen with the slag coming out this way and out this way would then go into a container here. So we're not going to build that just yet. If I commit to it, then I pay for it, but I haven't committed to it yet. The bulk storage for this would then go right about here. Yeah, right about here. Be fine for bulk here. It leaves plenty of room to expand for more smelters and stuff too. So you can put that there. The slag is getting kicked out of these things and is then getting delivered directly into here. Like that. Okay. Is that really where it connects? Yeah, it is. So this would end up coming this way, all the way into there, and this would come straight over into this there in a straight line there. And that would allow us to use the slag that's been building up. There's a 1K slag in there already, 1K in here. Yep. So all this slag buildup, we need to push it into this, and then we create additional smart concrete from there. And then from that, the storage that we're trying to build ends up being directly in front of it, I guess, is where the smart concrete would go. We just, unfortunately, I would like it to be over here, but it does make more sense to have it here, I think. So we're going to have smart concrete just deposited right here. We'll leave one space. Let's do 2 spaces just so we potentially get belts to bring that in. Yeah, it's fine. And then this belt would go there. So there's a quick little setup for smart concrete before we tear everything down anyway and rebuild it with the multi setup. So once all this stuff is operational, yeah, then we can tear this down. We can have all of this stuff leave. We won't bring it in there. We'll have it all deposited in this instead. So smart concrete goes there. Yeah. All right. That's going to be how we play that. So I'll have them build this stuff and then $7,600 to build the belts. Fine. We'll commit the belts as well. So now all the slag is going to come out of these machines. It'll make its way over towards this. And then once we have this storage built, which I can go ahead and make that a high priority, I guess, I can then tear this out and then all the drones will bring that over there too. In the meantime, you should be building this too. Yeah, I want to see this actually finished first. So we're going to go high priority on that and then high priority on that storage. And they're already done with that. Perfect. So the storage is complete. We can go ahead and dismantle this, which will also push all of the concrete on the ground. And then they can bring that concrete into here by dropping it off into that storage as well. So they'll be able to bring...
The living quarters are fully equipped and ready to accept colonists.
There we go.
Still a lot of work ahead of us, Director.
There we go. So we're ready for their landing time. Perfect. All things are good. We got it more than a month ahead of schedule. Very nice.
Alice, I have great news.
Yeah?
There's an opportunity to capitalize on our lunar venture in a faster time frame.
Good. You're talking about contracts, right? Because that's what I've been waiting for you to give to me for quite a while. I want to figure out which one of these I'm going to come off of. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll go here with it, and then we'll pop this right there. And then let's have that be a high priority, too. You are going to be slag. Alrighty. There we go. Slag's going to get pushed into here. And we should start seeing the concrete get created as soon as that pole is done. We have power. There we go.
You must have slept through the latest news. A meteorite just hit the moon. We're short on resources and time, and all supply shipments to Earth have been cut off. But surely you have a brilliant idea.
He does. Give him a chance. Jeez, she's so condescending for a machine.
Director, we're in a unique situation. There's no alternative to lunar production on Earth, and we've made excellent progress in restoring production. Even basic resources will go for extremely favorable prices. Right now, the ACIL company is requesting a batch of silicon to continue producing building materials.
Good.
You can accept the contract at the control center.
We'll complete the contract. Absolutely. So let's go back to the control center.
We need a landing platform to exchange resources.
I already have that. So let's pause this really quick. Here we go.
Control center interface, and we will proceed.
I know. We're good.
In the center is information about the faction and its contracts. Now select the active contract.
This is the active contract.
This window provides all the information you need about the selected contract.
Yep.
Here you can track its status.
And it's way better than just selling the resource. So we can send 45 silicon. We get 18,000. Plus, we're going to build up relations. We're going to build up our reputation. And we get engineering points for this as well. So let's go ahead and send resources.
The logistics interface. On the left side of the screen is a list of required resources, which you fill in from your base's supplies. On the right side of the screen is the shipment configuration. You can modify the in the lower right corner next to the send button.
Everything's the same. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and do that. Hit send. And just like that, we are now going to have... Yep, you're going to come on down and land right here, and we will now deliver the silicon to you like that. And that's very good. And both of this is on and off here too. Not a lot of silicon sitting here, but that's okay. At least we have a place for that carbon fiber now, huh? Yeah. So that's going to happen. And yeah, we're still a month away from the crew. So this will be next video, I guess. Next video, we'll have the crew landing. I'm not quite ready to end this one, by the way. But next video, we'll definitely have the crew landing. So silicon's actually selling for a pretty good rate. But if we were to sell, in a hypothetical sense, if we were to sell 45 on the open market, 45 silicon on the open market would generate 2,222 credits for us. Okay, but the contract is paying us 18K. So that's obviously contracts are a huge thing for us, and that's why I'm very excited to finally have access to those. Had we selected the easier difficulty, we would have had them earlier.
Top Director, the funds have already been deposited into our account. At this rate, we'll soon recoup our expedition and start making a profit.
Good.
Oh, of course, we didn't have more pressing issues for which the dispatched resources would be useful. But no, Director, we didn't miss out on short-term gain.
She's so... I don't like her anymore. She was sassy with Robert, and that was fine because Robert just doubted her. You know, it's like, oh, it's just another man doubting me, right? That kind of thing. But now you're just being cruel. I mean, we made a lot of money just now. That was a good thing for us. All right. Let's see. Malachite Heavy Engineering has a contract for 20,800 credits. They want us to deliver 60 steel, which we have 60 steel. So I think we just go ahead and send this resource as well. And we'll go ahead and just pack that up and send it on the basic cargo. Send. And that's going to give us another 20K right there. They'll go ahead and land there. And all my drones will go to get to work, bringing the things over there. We're going to get another landing pad just so I can have two. I think that's something that we can easily do. Now that we have all the living quarter stuff done, we can start to look into optimizing this as well. So this is the part where I look into tearing this stuff out, reorganizing things around the what the hell's that thing called again? The multi-regolith refinery, correct. I would like to have two of these. I think at least having room for two, maybe three of these on a row would be a good thing. You can see though that it's kind of built in a way, and maybe this is just my opinion, but it's kind of just built in a way to be a solo operator. There's not a lot of chaining going on. For example, I can't have the slag passing through. So these things here are made to have multiples in a row so the slag can all pass through them, and that's great that way. But we definitely need more silicon because this is not generating nearly enough now, right? And we need to make sure this is operating at 100%, but I would like this to operate even faster. So I think having another one of these is a good idea. We could then send more silicon oxide into this so that we can have more concrete, because concrete is definitely going to be something that we need to make more of. So I'm going to spend the 25K to increase production on the silicon, on the regolith extractor over there. But then we're going to want to, again, reorganize these things so that the regolith is being sorted correctly. Now, we talked about the compute power on this. This is something new. They didn't really have this in the demo. At least not when I played it. The multi-regolith refinery takes 5 compute units, right? Or I think it's called, what is it called? CPU capacity, whatever. It takes 5. I'm going to keep calling it compute units. The single regolith refinery is only 1 compute unit. And you can see this one here also, it does it faster. It's 5 cycles as opposed to 6 on its timing. So everything operates faster here. So this can handle 4 different resources at once, plus the slag. This can handle 1. So 5 of these can actually do more than this can. However, there's one distinct advantage to the multi-regolith refinery that may go overlooked for new players. And that is that this thing can fully utilize deposits. What do I mean by that? I mean, the single regolith refinery is only taking the silicon out of here. Everything else that's not silicon goes in slag. But this deposit is only 52.6% silicon. There are other resources in here. There's aluminum here. There's iron here. There's titanium here, right? So all of those resources are part of this system, but we're not getting them. We're pulling that regolith out, but we're not getting those other resources. And we're giving up over 10% of the resources every time this thing produces something. If we send everything, we take all the belts from every one of these sources and we jam them all into one big belt and send it into the multi-regolith generator here, or the multi-regolith, whatever they call it, refinery, right? We now get advantage, or we can take advantage of all the resources that are in there. So when I go forth, and we're gonna probably do this next video, because I don't really want to deal with, you know, the little bit of waste every once in a while here. Probably do this next video. We're gonna get the aluminum, the iron, the titanium, and the silicon, and we're gonna get them all merged onto a single belt system, probably one big belt that kind of comes around, and then it kind of comes and branches off it from different directions. And then we can probably put all of that stuff into 2 multi-regolith. I'm never going to remember this thing. Multi-regolith refineries. And then what that does is it's going to let us fully utilize every deposit, because all the little microscopic parts, not really microscopic, but all the little partial, parts in here, like there's 5.8% silicon in here. That gets added to the 9.3 silicon over here. There's a lot of silicon in that deposit, right? This one over here has another 8.9% silicon. This right here has another 5.9% silicon. So if we add all of that up, and I'm not going to because I'm just bad at the math right now and I actually forget the numbers already, we probably have close to I would say we probably have around the same percentage, maybe a little less, than the silicon that's already in here, the pure silicon that's in here. So it's like gaining another silicon deposit if you can shove all of them into those multi-refineries. So we're definitely going to want to try and do that. So next video, we're going to reorganize this stuff because we have people now, or at least because we're ready for people now. We're going to go ahead and do that. In the meantime, all right, I'm going to let this run for a little bit until the day's here so that we can do this next video. But in the meantime, what I would like to do is get another room going, because I want to move these beds and I want to get that happening. So I think I might take this this room here. Man, I do need to cut into that just a little bit more, don't I? I didn't want to, but I'm going to have to. It's probably a great idea just to cut through this anyway, you know? And then we can get into this part here too. But I would like to open this up just a little bit more and get a room expansion into here. And I think I might just deal with what I've got already. So if we take another room, can I come off this corner? It does let me do that. They can always go around the machine on that side. So I think we maybe take and make another room like right here. What I'm hoping to get here is like a science room. And in this case, this room could work with having like 2 different research centers could be in here. But if I make it a bigger room, I could get maybe 3 or 4 in here, which would be better. I would actually love to have 4 in here. So I think probably what I'll do is I'll have this room be maybe about this big. And then what will end up happening is the fundamental science lab, the engineering science lab, the social science lab, they will go on the corners of this room. And then we'll put the medical lab also in here too. And then we might have enough room on this side, I guess, at that point to put in the beds. So we'll have like a little bedroom in here. And then this ends up being just this wide open area. can also just do them in separate buildings too. I don't think we really need them to be all the same building, but that's something I want to look into too. So I'm going to let this run for a few days in game. We're going to build up some resources in here. I might end up doing some additional contracts because we can. You can see that we're already delivering this. So we should be pretty close to, fulfilling that contract anyway. We'll get another 20 grand from there. And we'll pick it up next time right after that. Okay? So thanks for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.